I coughing as I'm going to live stream to you my a Sunday thought. Sorry about my throat. That's because I haven't talked this morning yet until here, and I usually do all that before I actually begin to live stream. So I'll have another little cough, and then we'll get underway here. Yesterday, I was having my mini Saturday readings, and that means I do a lot of short readings, one after the other, with some breaks in between. And at the end of the day, I began to realize there wasn't much fun in the readings I was reading at all. In fact, I don't remember one there I went, oh, they're enjoying things here. Now, people do contact me because they have decisions to make or there's situations going on in their lives they want a little clarity on. And so that is the major, often what my work is to help people make decisions, help people to understand their lives so they can create better and enjoyment. What is enjoyment often deals with having fun. And if you read the description, my fun is in capital letters every time I write the word. Where is the fun? Now, I realize that we're in a very interesting time period. Lockdowns are being increased here. Ontario, it seems to be super locked down. Other parts of the US as well as having those kind of issues. So I can see where a lot of the anxiety or the pressure does come from. But still, surely we can create fun. We are creative beings. We are able to do all sorts of wonderful things because that is part of who we are. Our creativity is so important. And when the creativity gets stifled or isn't sure how to represent it or how we maybe can communicate what we're really wanting to say, then what happens is that we begin to diminish a little bit. And depression begins to set in. And that was one of the things I began to also see throughout yesterday. Some quite strong depressions, but often just a hint of depression. Now, some of you may have heard me talk about how depression also deals with that really feeling helpless about the situation, whatever that may be. And although we have a broader situation in our lives where we're having fear pumped out all the time and where we're having to be more and more restricted with less and less things that we can do that bring enjoyment into our lives, especially when we cannot really gather together and communicate in ways that help support us. And so how do we have fun? And perhaps that is the creation of being able to figure out how can we do that? How can we have and bring in fun to our lives? What brings us enjoyment? I know what brings me enjoyment, and unfortunately it's often food, but still, that's me. Well, what brings you enjoyment? I've been doing a lot of reading lately. I've been, as well as working on my own projects. So it's an interesting element to look at. When we look at our lives, are we where we want to be? Is our lives creating stress for us, or are our lives bringing a sense of purpose and a way in which we can begin to feel alive within? I remember many years ago doing a report for one of my ministerial courses I was taking, and I did it on aliveness. And I went around, and I was living near Vancouver at the time, so I went down to Stanley Park, and I took pictures of ducks, and I took pictures of the trees, and I took pictures of people, and talked about being alive. Because aliveness brings us closer to nature, yes, but it also brings us into a sense of purpose within ourselves. The endorphins, runners get endorphins, and things like that, other things that we do, but just feeling that joy inside of having fun. Laughing helps. Watch something that's funny so that you can laugh. I know everyone's sense of humor is different, and that's fine, but find something that has you laugh. And so you can put aside the pressures that you have today. What that does will reinforce that wonderful immune system of ours. So yeah, laughter, fun. How does that work? What does that bring about? How do you want to do that? If you can laugh, And they've proven that with people who have been really ill. Is if you can laugh just a little 5 minutes a day, if you can find and have some fun. And I know some people I know have great delight in doing jigsaw puzzles. Personally, I don't, but others do. Some people find delight in just going for a walk down the street and looking at the trees. Right now, as spring is coming, and the trees are beginning to have all their little buds come out and their flowers, and it's really, really nice. And our cherry blossoms in the area are ready to bloom. So there's a lot you can get that sense of aliveness out, and you can have some fun looking at that and enjoying it, but bringing it into yourself. So the thought today is, how can I have more fun in my life in the circumstances that we're having to live in right now? How can we bring some endorphins? How can we create a laugh? How can we feel that, yeah, that was fun, I enjoyed that? And so it can be a challenge, and I appreciate that. But the importance is being alive and having fun, being able to laugh, and in some way, shape, or form. So I wish you well. I'll be back on Wednesday for my Norma talks. Other than that, blessings and enjoy, mostly enjoy, be happy, have fun. Thank you.